I'm actually concerned with what Councilman Desilme has just said, because I asked specifically I asked this of every single one of the candidates. It's in fact why I immediately discarded 2 of the respondents. I asked every respondent, amongst other questions, what do you know about the city of North Miami, and have you Googled us? Ms. Theodore said she had, and actually ran down some of the political background of different things that have happened over the last couple of years. So if you're saying that she said she doesn't know anything about that.
No. Well, Councilman, no, I didn't say, I did not ask. So I say she said she does not know individual folks. She knew stuff about me when I had the conversation with her. So obviously I knew she did her homework, Google myself, etc. Everything is access to the internet. I'm not saying that I don't know what she did or what you asked her. I'm saying she did not had tied to folks down here from my conversation with her. I do not know specifically what you asked, but she was telling me stuff that was in the Miami Herald. So obviously that kind of prompted me. She did somewhat of a homework. She, you know, she was quoted stuff from the actual Herald when she was talking to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say
You want to
something.
do it? Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm disappointed we're not going with a law firm. I think that the city, with what we go through, would be better served by a firm. That being said, I see that we don't have 3 votes this evening for a firm. I think of the applicants, the individuals. I think Ms. Guylan was really good. I think she was disconnected from the politics of this city, and if that's the way we're going to go with an individual, then I would want to support her and let her know that I am in favor of her.
And Mr. Mayor, I think Councilwoman Keys is presumptuous to say that there are not 3 votes for a firm tonight.
Was that?
From my standpoint, it is absolutely presumptuous to say
Okay.
there are not 3 votes for a firm tonight. Anybody who thought this was going to be quick and easy, you don't know North Miami.
I still didn't hear what you said.
I'll say it again. If Councilwoman Keys she's being presumptuous
I'm
in
being
saying there aren't
presumptuous.
3 votes for a firm tonight.
So what, roll call?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I did have the opportunity to interview Miss Theodore, and I believe she's a lawyer with wit and knowledge, and she's very astute. That's what I gathered from her, and I know that she does know a little bit about North Miami from my questioning, and I agreed to second the motion for the law firm because I truly believe that we would benefit much more from a law firm, especially from Greenspoon Motto for the repertoire of attorneys that they do have and the expertise. But we are a team. We are a council. Whoever we get to represent us as our legal counsel will be welcome, and we have to go with whoever that most of us would agree to hire, and that's the way that I believe that we will move on as a positive city, a city on the move, so that we can move forward.
May I ask one question?
Go ahead.
Councilman Galvin, I didn't want to be presumptuous. We're having a discussion. It's an important discussion regarding our city attorney. Did you want to throw another name into the ring for?
I had other names I was going to throw in immediately, but there was first a motion from you, and now there's also a motion from Councilman Bieneme, so it's a moot point to throw in any other
We
names.
can.
I'm not going to go crazy on Robert's rules when I'm always saying, please stick to Robert's rules. There's a motion on the table.
We're having
that's been made and
discussion.
seconded.
It's not a matter of
I
making a
think
motion.
anybody can read between the lines right now. I'm about to vote no on this motion that's on the table, but there is a motion on the table, so I can't throw another motion on the table without that motion being voted on.
Well said, Councilman.
Thank you, Michael.
Okay, Mayor, may I commence with roll call?
Go ahead.
Councilman Bieneme, how do you vote?
Yes.
Councilman Desime?
Yes.
Councilman Galvin?
No?
Councilwoman Keys?
No.
Mayor Joseph?
No.
That motion fails 2-3. Steph, I need the other piece of paper here. I'm running out of. No, I'm joking. I'm joking, Steph.
Oh, she's ready to come.
Mr. Mayor,
Go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion that we hire North Miami resident and North Miami pioneer Val Screen as our new city attorney.
I'll second that.
What's that? Where you?
No, not by Val Screen.
Valeria Screen, her full name.
A firm?
No,
Please.
she's not a firm. She's an individual. Valeria Screen.
Okay, motion to. Valerie Screen.
Val
Valeria.
Screen. Valeria.
I'll look right at her resume. V
Don't
as in
yell, no
Victor.
one scream, don't scream, don't scream, please.
Valeria Screen, Valeria Screen, like screen door. Valeria Screen.
Motion was made by Councilman Galvin to appoint Valeria Screen as North Miami's city attorney. And that motion, may I have a second to that motion?
Well, I did.
That motion was seconded by Councilman Desirme. Councilman Bien-Aimé, how do you vote?
We're gonna have a
No.
discussion on this?
I'm sorry.
We
Oh,
have to
well,
have
he
a-
already
we have to
started.
have a
He already
discussion.
started.
Okay, fine,
Voting. We did. He already started.
Go ahead.
that's okay, I'll vote.
Mayor Joseph, how do you vote?
We have to have this discussion on this before we vote.
Okay.
I
Mr.
nominate
Attorney.
Miss Screen because she's not only already a North Miami City resident, she has been for many years. She graduated from North Miami Senior High School in 1983. She certainly has a law acumen background that shows she can do the job. I think she also is a well-connected person with different county and state entities throughout the area. So there won't be any learning curve, unlike some of the other applicants who'd be moving into the area and having to get to know not only the city, but everybody else around us. I thought one of Ms. Screen's strengths was actually already knowing people and being able to quote chapter and verse. I mean, I've known Ms. Screen since she was active in politics 20 years ago.
Nothing else? Nobody else? Okay.
Roll call.
Yes.
Councilman Bien-Aimé.
No.
Mayor Joseph.
Yes.
Councilwoman Keys.
No,
Councilman Galvin.
Yes.
And Councilman Desirme.
Yes.
Item passes 3-2. Okay, and that completes the agenda.
Now we go to Citizen Forum is now open. For any item you wish to speak about, please come to the mic.
Good evening, Mayor and Council and staff. We, as Nomi neighbors, requested that you all didn't plant crotons. We were promised that you wouldn't plant crotons in our neighborhood, but you did. We didn't do that to be petty. We just didn't want a whitefly infestation. So we got a whitefly infestation. And then we met with the city requesting that you did not spray chemicals in our neighborhood because we have endangered species of butterflies that I've worked very hard over the last 5 years to introduce to the neighborhood and have had great success throughout the Northeast Corridor at bringing back these butterflies. Subsequently, the city has been spraying these chemicals that, upon requesting information about what the city is spraying, the city doesn't actually know what it's spraying. You're just spraying poison. So these chemicals have recently been proven by the World Health Organization to cause cancer in human beings at the levels in our drinking water now. In Florida, our drinking water comes from underneath us. It would make sense to perhaps consider knowing what chemicals we're spraying in our neighborhoods, considering where our drinking water comes from, beyond the butterflies. Because these chemicals are proven, okay, by the World Health Organization to cause developmental issues in children. and we're spraying chemicals by the Griffin Center with school children walking past, but the guy spraying it is in gloves and a mask, but the children are not in gloves and a mask, beyond the butterflies. So, you know, it would be great if we could be like California and just ban these chemicals. I mean, we could put North Miami on the map and just ban using the chemicals. You don't need to use pesticides, really. You don't really need to use it. If you planted native plants that were low maintenance and didn't require the use of the chemicals, we could not use chemicals and not risk the health of our citizens and our children to sustain native plants, to sustain non-native plants that we don't actually need. Thank you.
Turn that off, please. Annie Montgomery, 2082 Laurel Lane. I was going to get up here and complain about a lot of things, but I changed my mind. I'm here to say to the mayor, council, our attorney, our city manager, our police, and all our staff and employees, especially the ones that are out working in the heat and sun every day, thank you. And have a very happy and healthy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Laura Hill, 13075 Griffin Boat. I want to speak a little bit going off of what Howard said, but more about process. It's very frustrating when there's a process established in the city and then it's just not followed. Specifically, I'm talking about the public records request process. In June, an ordinance was passed unanimously that if a request was less than 15 pages in volume, it needed to be responded to within 2 business days. I'm still waiting on a request I made on the 17th of December, and we've asked multiple people, multiple times, for that information. Simple information. It's caused a lot of frustration on behalf of residents. You've given the tools to yourself and to us to get this information, but yet something's going wrong in the process. And it doesn't matter what specific topic it is, if it's Walmart, or if it's pesticide, or what it is. If we can't follow our processes, we're in a lot of trouble here. We need to have faith in you that you will create and implement and find out why the process is not being followed. So if there's a problem, you guys are the ones that are supposed to figure out the remedy for it. That's why we elect you to do that for us on our behalf. So I really want to let you know that there's that frustration out there. We're not happy with it, and we want to see it resolved. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Beverly Hilton, 12495 Northwest 6th Avenue, North Miami. I have a little unusual request this evening, not of only the council, but also of the residents. On behalf of the Challenger School, each year we have a field trip. We have students who are not able to pay their costs, and we don't want to leave anyone behind. So I've been asking, and so far, Knights of Columbus, I have 11 students who are not able to go because they can't afford the trip. And last year we had kids crying, we can't go. So this year I start asking. Knights of Columbus sponsored 2 children. Assistant Larry Jariga, 1. Evans, 1. So therefore I'm left with 2, 4, 6, 7 students I'm looking sponsorship for. The trip is to the Ice Castle, December 8th, and we are collecting sponsorship, if you will. Anyone in the audience would pick up 1 child, I would really appreciate it. You could come on on December 8th and take pictures with your child, with your sponsor. Any one of the council could also, please, I'm asking for your help. We don't want to leave anyone behind. This is their holiday trip. Okay? Thank you very much, and everyone a happy Thanksgiving. If you need to reach me, if you're out there and you're watching, you can also call me, Beverly Hilton, 786-553-8555, and sponsor a child. Thank you very much.
Public citizens forum is now closed. I believe next is council reports. Vice Mayor?
Two things. One, I'd like to extend my prayers to Councilman Blinn and his family. As I think most of you know, he is recuperating in the hospital. He's in intensive care. He did suffer a stroke, and he's, as Mrs. Blinn says, he's not out of the woods, but he's doing better. So our prayers go out to him over the holidays. And on that note, give thanks that Councilman Blinn is still with us, and I wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving and see you at the parade on Thursday.
Councilman?
Thank you. I'll echo what Councilwoman said about Councilman Blinn. He is a fighting son of a gun, so don't count him out. Glad to hear he's recovering, and my prayers, like everybody else's up here, are with him as well. Certainly hope everybody is at the parade on Thursday morning. If not, you better have a good excuse, because it is a lot of fun, and no cooking for your family. It's not an excuse. You have to be there. Great time. Nearly 5 decades of history behind it, so I hope everybody is at our Winter National Thanksgiving Parade at 10 a.m. right here in front of City Hall along 125th Street. Also, downstairs in the lobby at City Hall, you'll notice it went up today. There's a holiday tree sponsored by a local organization, Care Resource, which does work for the community of children who are either infected or affected with HIV. That means either they themselves might have it or somebody in their family who's a caretaker has it. But if you go down to the Angel Tree between now and December the 10th and take a little decoration off the tree, you can bring back an unwrapped present for instance, a girl between the ages of 2 to 4, or a boy between the ages of 10 to 12. I mean, there's all sorts of different ages for the boys and girls down there. But if you'll bring a gift back here to City Hall before close of business on December the 10th, those gifts will be delivered to kids in our community before the holidays, obviously. And we want to thank Care Resource for this, I think, 8th annual Christmas holiday tree that they've organized for us out of our lobby. Speaking of those who do work for those who may or may not have HIV, Councilman Alex DeSulme had the great idea, and the entire council has come together as one to push a World AIDS Day event. For those of you who aren't aware, December the 1st, which is a Tuesday, is World AIDS Day across the world. And we're encouraging people to stop by Griffin Park that day between 3 and 6 p.m. to get free, confidential HIV tests. It's amazing the staggering amount of people who still, in today's day and age, have HIV, but don't know they have HIV. And obviously that leads to the continued spread of the disease. So please come on by Griffin Park, Tuesday, December the 1st, between 3 and 6, where the entire City Council, in conjunction with the AIDS Healthcare Foundation, will be giving free, confidential HIV tests. And thank you to Councilman DeSulme for having the idea. That's all I've got, Mr. Mayor. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thank you. My report is short. Last week we had a water rate study. The update, the company, Black & Veatch, was there and gave a good presentation on where we are and where we're going with the study. And hopefully we'll get to the point of getting the final reports, I would say maybe 2 or 3 months or so. And the second water rate study update is going to be at Griffin Community Center on December 15th.
Thank you.
At 6:30.
Thank you for doing that.
Thank you very much. And also, I did have a chance to communicate with Mrs. Blinn via email. It's a very difficult time for her, of course. And I trust that her husband will do fine. and I wish her and Mr. Blaine, former council person, speedy recovery, and may the angels of God be with him. In the it was yesterday actually. Yesterday we had many huge turkey drives, and we gave away over 2,000 turkeys combined. And we are happy to have done what we did, which is reaching out to the community, make sure that everybody in the city of North Miami and in the neighboring cities, have a turkey in their household, so they can have a happy Thanksgiving. And don't forget our first pre-Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow, starting at 6 o'clock at the Joe Celestin Center, which is located at 1535 Northwest 135th Street, across from the memorial, across from the cemetery. I think that's all I have to say for now. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you for coming. Councilman?
Yes, and Mr. Mayor, I want to thank Mayor Smith Joseph and the council for the resolution to allocate $1.7 million to Cagney Park, and I hope one day we will be able to do the ribbon cutting for Cagney Park. And I'm also seeking money, some other money from the city council, because 2016 for me will be the year where in District 3, or I will propose that to the entire city for 2016 to be the city where we are fighting to address the issue of climate change. And climate change is real. It's in the city of North Miami, and we have a lot of residents, constituents, with very, 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 very good information or knowledge about climate change, about sea level rise. I think 2016 will be one of my platform addressing climate change in District 3 or in the entire city. And in District 3, we have something called Works Park. And this is a field, and we are applying for Works Park to be a brown field. It's been approved. That means now we can get state money in order to do the cleanup. And one of my goals to start the issue is to get money from the city to be able to clean up Works Park as one of the first steps to address climate change and make sure we have a district with no environmental issue. Money to clean up Works Park. Secondly, and the city of New York has passed a resolution to ban styrofoam in the city of New York. And I understand after they passed the resolution and the state Supreme Court and repealed the resolution. And but at the end of the day, the city of New York was able to secure money and to invest in recycle. That's mean I will ask the city attorney, Mr. Wollen, if, but there's something we haven't decided, when we want the new city attorney to start. Mayor and council.
You have to negotiate a contract.
Before, okay. And I will ask Mr. Galdos to draft a resolution to bring before mayor and council at the next council meeting to ban the use of styrofoam in the city of North Miami?
We would have to take a look at that because state laws differ. And I'll give you an example, trans fats. New York City also did away with trans fats. Unfortunately, here, it's state regulated, so it will require some research, but I will look into it.
Yes.
And we'll get back to you, absolutely.
Or the city gonna have to invest to do recycle on styrofoam in
Absolutely.
the entire city?
We'll take a
Miami
look
Beach
at it.
did
Thank you.
Didn't Miami Beach do it?
The
Yeah, I know
styrofoam?
some city
Yeah.
Okay.
does that.
Miami
That's when you
Beach.
gotta review it and bring it before us. Thank you. And happy Thanksgiving to everyone. That's conclude my report. That mean
The environmental.
They're not applauding because you're finished.
No, they're
That's
not.
all.
That's the
No.
environmental
Timing.
piece.
no,
everything,
no.
guys.
That's
Climate
mean
change.
2016. We're gonna have to address that. I'm start with some study about pesticide, and some people said it's good to be used in some occasions. Some people said no. That's when we're gonna have to research before we ask mayor and council to ban the use of pesticide in the city of North Miami. That's for later, but we're gonna work on that one first, and then we will address the rest. Thank you.
Right. Well, I need to clap also. I must say, Councilman Bien-Aimé is really taking a pro on climate change, which is good. Very, very moving. But Councilman Galvin, I must say thank you to you and Mayor Smith, Mayor Smith-Joseph. Since you are the mayor, we're gonna look on your leadership and some words on the first. Councilman Galvin, we stated earlier, we're putting together an event for World AIDS Day, which is December 1st, which a lot of people do not know. HIV is a manageable disease, but you got to be tested and you got to be on medication. And we're going to try to push that starting tonight, Councilman Galvin. We're going to start Facebooking and advertising as much as we can starting tomorrow to encourage people to come at Griffin Park on the 1st to get free confidential testing. There's going to be counselors there just for you, and you deal with your doctor right here on a personal issue. But again, thank you for all. No, you won't be a doctor there, no. But thank you for everyone who came out. We were able, like the mayor stated, 2,000 turkeys. It was a wonderful, wonderful event. Thank you, hats off to the Parks Department. Oh my God, you guys have been amazing for the last 2 weeks, as well as the Police Department. You guys are amazing. Thank you, everyone. We will see you Thursday on 125th Street, and have a wonderful and safe, thankful Thanksgiving Day. Thank you.
Mr. Clerk? Mr. Attorney?
On behalf of the city, the staff of the city attorney's office, I would like to welcome our new city attorney, and we will do everything possible for a
great.
smooth.
No, she's gonna move in District 3 now, you know that.
No,
I'm
she's
gonna-
in 4.
She's in unincorporated.
No, she's in 4. She's in District 4.
Unincorporated
No,
there.
she's in North Miami.
She's in District
lives in North
4.
Miami.
Yes.
Oh, I thought
She
he was
resides in the city of
No,
North
it's
Miami.
in the
That's
section of
important.
unincorporated
No,
there.
she's not.
She's in,
I'm
she's in
tell-
District 4. She lives in District 4.
She lives, near
was-
Yeah, near there,
Okay.
whichever. She's near District 4. She's near enough.
She's moving to District 3.
Yes. I think you might be right, but she's
Oh,
near.
You finished?
I'm trying. We will do our best for a smooth transition. Happy Thanksgiving to the mayor and city council and our citizens of North Miami. Thank you so much.
City Manager?
I just want to recognize the Public Works staff also. I know Councilman DeSobe, Public Works also did a big part on the turkeys. So I just didn't want them to be left out. So that's-
They did?
Yes. Well, Walkins
Oh,
and
that's really did.
it's two, yeah. They drive the truck, right, to go pick it up. Thank you, Public Works. The 2 people I know from
Yeah,
Public
it's
Works.
that concludes my report.
People,
sir. Thank you.
I think when I first came in, they used to say it stops at Public Works or it starts. Oh, it starts at Parks. Oh, okay, it starts at Parks. Yeah, you should have seen them yesterday along with the police department, man. They were like, I mean, my hat is off to you guys, police department, the Parks and Recs, and Public Works. You really made it happen. And again, happy Thanksgiving. But last but not least, but we have a birthday, happy Sweet 16 tonight.
Oh,
21.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Vice Mayor
Keys.
Carol.
Happy birthday to you. How old are you now?
Motion to
How
adjourn.
old are you?